And somebody had tried to say something that this girl had been a female that was trying to ruin my relationships. The girl that supposedly cheated on me, that claimed she had a baby of mine, and that she was sleeping with these other guys or whatever. Don't forget, I'm the owner of my mother and father's companies and estates. So, in reference to anybody tampering with my life, damaging anything on my body, it's always a lawsuit, and it's always prosecution and attempts of murder. And don't forget, there's been girls that have played tricks. Like when I've dated girls, it was always a setup or something, where some black men would try to claim that they slept with my girlfriend, or they were trying to get close to a girlfriend of mine. They did this at the Washington Square Mall too, in Indianapolis back in the 90s, back in the 80s. And they tried to get me in a fight with these big black guys or something. This girl did, or these guys did. It was like a setup or something. It was like right there close to Jay Riggins' clothing store or something when I used to work there. And some people have done this in California, but the point is that somebody said that this girl had tried to break up like 3 or 4 or 5 relationships that I had with supermodels or actresses or something. And I don't know if there's in reference to one of the supermodels I was in a relationship with, where they had kidnapped me. I guess it was in Florida. You have to get her to make a video or say something about it. But she has a police report record about it or something, that they had kidnapped me from her. And these people had tried to change photographs of me. Like they were trying to steal photographs and switching them with some other guy's picture. And this girl that claimed that she was married to me, like they even said that this girl had said she was married to me, and that she said she was my wife or something, and that when she approached this guy, she said she wanted to fuck the guy or something. And she like handed him the phone number or something and waited a few days, or it was like the next day, or maybe even they went home together that night. I don't know. But they did all this behind my back, even under the eyes of the Russian security, the Italian security, the French security, and the United Nations, I guess, in reference to, and underneath the Windsor Castle Guard, I guess. I don't know if they had anybody here in Indianapolis when this girl had done these things. Even under the eyes of the studio security, under everybody's eyes. They did all this behind my back or something. And I'm not sure where they met at or what. Just the point of it is this girl has been doing these things. Somebody said this girl's been doing these things for like 20 years. Or 15 years or something before, like since the 90s or the early years of 2000 or something. That each and every time a girl tried to call me, they would block her phone calls. Any celebrity females that tried to get in contact with me, they'd block their phone calls. That's why I said before, any girl that, tried to get in contact with me, if somebody blocked them, you have to make notation of it, whether it was a male or female, white or black, or any color or any race they are. Because these people could be tied in with the murder of my parents. Like the girl that cheated on me with the black guys. Whichever one. There's probably been 4 or 5, I'm not sure how many guys or how many girls had went that way with those individuals, whichever race they are. I have friends that are black that probably know more about which people are doing what than what I do. Because I stay in most of the time. And I go to work and come back. It's kind of like in Hollywood, that's what I did most of the time growing up. In reference to my parents, did ballet stuff or, sports stuff. And then I'd go home, hang out with some supermodel friends or actresses. They used to come over to my mother and father's houses. Or I, pretty much had a busy schedule just living life, So in reference to this girl, but this girl, I guess, had been breaking up relationships of mine with other girls. So you just have to review the information and see which people was involved with what person that had broken up my relationship with any girl. And find out if it was this one girl or these other people. that was conspiring against me, and you need to order subpoenas and to them and order them into court and get the story. If in reference to my protection and the fact of my family history and estates and properties and companies that these people have tried to steal and they tried to hijack, and the abuses that they have done to me, it's like these people playing their games and abusing me. They know it's from satellite. They know it's from them using handheld lasers, which is a weapon. The Treasury documents say don't ever point a weapon at me no matter what. Even if it causes a little damage, or even if it causes a lot of damage, it says don't ever approach me with a weapon or any physical restraints. Don't ever render me unconscious. It says all these things on those Treasury documents. And that's what we're going to stick with in all the court cases. Because that's what it is factually known in reference to royal protection status, rare genetic protection status, and that's what it says. And that's what you got to stick with. Got to follow those laws and protocol, the facts. So in reference to this girl, they need to find out who the girl is that was talking to people that knew me, people that she was tampering with or she was sleeping with, or however many of them there were that did these things. And there needs to be court cases. And guess what, courts? I have not received any money yet from any of the previous lawsuits. They just hit me in the jaw. That's physical contact. That's more lawsuits every time.